Let me tell you something about excellence, and listen carefully because I'm only going to say this once. Most people go through life playing by someone else's rules, settling for mediocrity, waiting for someone else to solve their problems. But that's not living. That's existing. And there's a world of difference between existing and truly living. Here's something I learned a long time ago. Real power, true power, doesn't come from a title, a position, or a corner office. It comes from something far more fundamental, your ability to execute when everyone else is paralyzed by fear and doubt. Life is like a chess game, not checkers. While everyone else is worried about their next move, you need to be thinking 5 moves ahead. When you walk into a room, you need to know not just what you're going to say, but what everyone else is going to say and how you're going to respond. That's not paranoia, that's preparation. And preparation isn't just important, it's everything. You know what's funny about confidence? It's not something you find lying around. It's something you build, victory after victory, defeat after defeat, day after day. It's like building a skyscraper, brick by brick, floor by floor. There are no shortcuts, no magic tricks. Your mind is your most powerful weapon, and you need to train it like an Olympic athlete trains their body. Every morning, when others are sleeping or wasting time on their phones, you should be planning your victories for the day. I don't care if you have to get up 2 hours earlier. Excellence doesn't keep office hours. Mental discipline means that when everyone else is reacting, you're responding. When they're emotional, you're strategic. When they're busy, you're productive. That's the difference between being the best and being like everyone else. The world is full of people who are willing to settle for good enough. But good enough isn't good enough. Not if you want to be the best. Not if you want to be exceptional. And let me tell you something about being exceptional. It's a choice you make every single day. Never, and when I say never, I mean never walk into a situation without being prepared to the teeth. If you have a meeting on Monday, your research should be done by Friday. If you have a presentation in 2 weeks, you should be able to give it right now. Preparation means knowing every angle, every possible scenario, every question they might throw at you. Your presence in a room should be undeniable. I'm not talking about being the loudest or the most flashy. I'm talking about the kind of presence that makes people sit up straighter in their chairs when you walk in. That comes from a lethal combination of preparation, confidence, and purpose. Here's something most people don't understand. Loyalty isn't a weakness, it's a superpower. But it has to be earned, not demanded. You build loyalty by being the first one in and the last one out. By being the one who gives credit and takes blame. By being unshakable when everyone else is wavering. Success isn't about being right all the time. It's about maintaining the right perspective all the time. When you lose, and yes, everyone loses sometimes, it's not failure, it's information. When you face an obstacle, it's not a wall, it's a springboard. Plans are good. Strategies are better. But execution? Execution is everything. I don't care if you have the best plan in the world. If you can't execute, all you have is a pretty document to hang on your wall. Execution means doing what you said you would do, when you said you would do it, how you said you would do it. No excuses. No hesitation. Every interaction in your life is a negotiation. Every single one. And you need to start treating them that way. I'm not just talking about business meetings. I'm talking about every conversation you have. Negotiation isn't about winning at all costs. It's about creating situations where everyone wins, but you win more. It's about understanding what the other person needs and using that to get what you need. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. It's the extra hour you put in when everyone else has gone home. It's the extra research you do when others think they know enough. It's the extra mile you go when others have stopped. Your reputation isn't built on what you're going to do. It's built on what you've already done. And more importantly, it's built on how you did it. Style matters. Substance matters more. But combining both? That's what makes you unstoppable. The greatest enemy of success isn't failure. It's comfort. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. When you're not growing, you're dying. And I'm not talking about physical comfort. I'm talking about mental comfort. The comfort of knowing enough. The comfort of being good enough. The comfort of doing things the way they've always been done. Leadership isn't about having the right answers. It's about asking the right questions. It's about making decisions when others are paralyzed by uncertainty. It's about taking responsibility when things go wrong and giving credit when things go right. You want to know the secret to handling pressure? It's preparation. When you're prepared, pressure becomes a privilege. It becomes your advantage. Because while others are cracking under pressure, you're thriving on it. Success leaves clues. Pay attention to the successful people around you. Not to copy them, but to understand their principles. Then take those principles and make them your own. Improve them. Perfect them. The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your standards. If you accept mediocrity in anything, you'll accept it in everything. Set standards so high that people think you're crazy. Then exceed them. Time management isn't about managing time. It's about managing yourself. Your priorities. Your commitments. Your energy. Time is the great equalizer. We all get the same 24 hours. What separates the exceptional from the average is how they use those hours. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your justifications. It only cares about your results. So stop explaining why you couldn't and start figuring out how you can. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid difficult situations. But that's exactly backward. Difficult situations are where you prove your worth. They're where you separate yourself from the pack. They're where legends are made. You want to know what sets successful people apart? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's their willingness to do what others won't. It's getting up early when others are sleeping. It's working late when others are partying. It's studying when others are watching TV. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And it's earned by being consistent, being reliable, being the best at what you do. It's not about being perfect. It's about being unstoppable. Most people live in a comfort zone so small it looks like a prison cell. But growth, real growth, happens outside that zone. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. Crises don't create character, they reveal it. And when that moment comes, and it will come, the only thing that matters is what you've done to prepare for it. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most prepared. There's a difference between being busy and being productive. Busy people talk about what they're going to do. Productive people do it. You don't need to tell the world how great you are. Let your work speak for you. Failure isn't falling down. Failure is staying down. It's easy to be good when things are going well. Real character shows up when everything is falling apart around you and you keep moving forward. Successful people have one thing in common. They've learned to make decisions quickly and change their minds slowly. Don't let fear of failure paralyze you. The real failure is not trying. Your reputation is like a shadow. It's not what you say, it's what you do. And what you do when no one is watching is what really defines who you are. The world will give you exactly what you demand from it. If you settle for little, that's what you'll get. If you demand excellence from yourself, the universe will have no choice but to give it to you. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. They'll never come. Don't wait until you're ready. You'll never be completely ready. Start now. Start with what you have. Start from where you are. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. Not what you plan to do. Not what you intend to do. What you actually do. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And on that journey, the only person you really need to compare yourself to is yourself. Be better today than yesterday. Be better tomorrow than today. You know what's worse than failure? Regret. Regret of not trying. Regret of playing it safe. Regret of letting fear win. Don't let fear make your decisions. Let your ambitions make them. Greatness isn't an accident. It's a conscious decision followed by consistent action. It's deciding every day, every hour, every minute to be the best possible version of yourself. The world is full of people who will tell you what you can't do. Your job is not to listen to them. Your job is to get up every morning and prove them wrong. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And when you do, when you really understand this, you'll be unstoppable. There are no shortcuts to anywhere worth going. The path to excellence is long, hard, and lonely. But I promise you something, it's worth every damn second. Your mindset isn't just important, it's everything. The way you think determines the way you act. The way you act determines your results. Change your mindset, change your life. Leadership isn't a position or a title. It's action and example. It's about setting the standard so high that others have no choice but to raise their game to meet it. Most people spend their lives reacting to what happens to them. But that's not how you become exceptional. You become exceptional by creating what happens to you. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Stop asking why this is happening to you. Start asking what you can learn from it. How you can use it. How you can turn it to your advantage. Your word should be your bond. When you say you're going to do something, do it. No matter what. No matter how inconvenient it becomes. No matter how much you later wish you hadn't committed to it. The path to success is never a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected obstacles. But that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it worth pursuing. Most people operate at about 40% of their true capability. Push yourself to 100%. Then push yourself some more. You'll be amazed at what you're truly capable of. Don't focus on the competition. Focus on being so good that the competition becomes irrelevant. When you're truly excellent at what you do, you don't have competition. You have admirers. Success leaves clues, but so does mediocrity. Look at the habits of successful people. Then look at the habits of average people. The differences aren't huge, but they're consistent. And consistency is everything. The world doesn't reward people who have potential. It rewards people who deliver results. Stop talking about what you could do, what you might do, what you're going to do. Start doing it. Your energy is contagious. Your attitude is contagious. Your excellence is contagious. Be the kind of person that raises the standards just by being in the room. Don't wait for opportunities. Create them. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Remember this, at the end of the day, you're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with your potential. And that's a race that never ends. The path to excellence is not about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. It's about mastering the fundamentals. It's about being exceptional in the basics. Your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. Every decision you make, every action you take, is either moving you toward excellence or away from it. There's no standing still. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential. Talent is common. Dedication is rare. Work ethic is rare. Excellence is rare. Be rare. And finally, remember this, excellence isn't a skill. It's an attitude. It's a way of thinking. It's a commitment to being better tomorrow than you are today. And that commitment? That's what makes all the difference in the world.